Sexual satisfaction is a key aspect of sexual health. In romantic relationships, it is defined as the subjective evaluation of the positive and negative aspects associated with sexual activity. Sexual satisfaction not only depends on the sexual encounters themselves, but also on personal, interpersonal, and sociocultural factors. From this multi-component perspective, sexual satisfaction reflects proper sexual functioning and is associated with different components of the sexual response, such as sexual arousal. Sexual arousal can be considered both a trait, with inter-individual differences, and a state, with intra-individual differences over time or in different situations. From a trait perspective, the dual control model proposes a balance between the dimensions of sexual excitation and inhibition, jointly providing a double control over the sexual response. Using the analogy of a motor, sexual excitation would have an accelerating effect, while sexual inhibition would act as a brake. As a state, sexual arousal can be triggered at a specific moment by internal or external stimuli, manifesting physiologically and subjectively. To better understand the association between sexual satisfaction and arousal, a laboratory study was carried out to assess the sexual arousal of young women with varying levels of sexual satisfaction in their relationships. Arousal was measured both as a trait and as a state. First, participants' sexual arousal was assessed as a trait using sexual excitation and inhibition scales. The experiment consisted of watching a film with explicit sexual content, while genital response was measured using photoplethysmography, and participants rated their sexual arousal and genital sensations using standardized scales. 3 groups of women with different levels of sexual satisfaction were compared across various measures of sexual arousal. The results indicate that the group with lower sexual satisfaction reported higher sexual inhibition due to the threat of sexual performance failure and performance consequences. However, no significant differences were found between the state of sexual arousal in the 3 groups. This finding highlights the importance of studying and addressing sexual arousal as both a trait and a state, underscoring the relevance of the propensity for sexual inhibition and understanding female sexual satisfaction from a multi-component perspective. We recommend to include strategies aimed at promoting sexual satisfaction in both sexual education and therapy, where sexual arousal plays a significant role.